So you got pre-approved, you found a home. Now it's time to make an offer on that house. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know right now. Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Reyna Fullerton. I'm a real estate agent here in Houston, Texas with Jerry Fullerton Realty. I post new videos every week. If this is your first time around, consider subscribing to my channel. That way you will be notified every time that I post a new video. So you found a house that checks all the boxes on that list. Buying a house could be a little bit emotional. So I'm going to give you a few tips to make it easier on you. No matter what your budget is or what price point you're in, the first thing that should be done is contacting the listing agent. Let them know that you have interest on the property and they will have an offer coming in. You never know if they have already received offers and they're about to accept one because they don't know that you're ready to submit an offer. While you're on the phone with the listing agent, make sure to ask if they do have any other offers. Majority of the agents will share this information. That will give you a little bit of an idea if you have a lot of competition or not. Even though all the items on your offer are negotiable, it is a good idea to try and find out what the seller's expectations are. For example, do they have a specific title company that they prefer to use? This may be a probate case, or maybe they're getting divorced and they have already started the title work and they have all the information that they need from the seller. Do they have a survey? Do they need a lease back? All this information is important to know in order to structure your offer in a better way that it will be more appealing to the seller. Identify with your agent how long has this home been on the market. If it's a brand new home that just hit the market and there's a lot of interest, you may have to come a little bit aggressive with that offer. However, if it's a property that has been in the market for a long time, you may have a little bit of leeway. You may get the seller to contribute a little bit more towards your closing costs. Or it could just be that the seller is holding strong to their price. They don't have a need to reduce the price. That's why the house has been on the market for that long. You may be able to find this out when you make the call to the agent. Ask them, is there a specific reason why this home has been on the market for this long? The main question that my buyers ask is, how much should I offer? Should I offer list price? Should I offer above? Should I lowball? Well, it all depends. Every property is a different situation. There may be sellers that are motivated to sell, however, they haven't disclosed that anywhere on the MLS. I always call the listing agent and try to get as much information as I can so that we can submit a better and good, strong offer. Make sure to sit down with your agent and review all comparables. Review everything that is active, pending, and sold. I usually give more weight to everything that's sold, since every seller can ask whatever they want for their home. However, the ones that are actually sold are the ones that probably are going to dictate your appraisal. When coming up with your offer price, please keep in mind, if your offer has a third-party financing addendum, meaning you are using a lender in order to buy this home, the lender will only lend you the amount of money that the house appraises for. For example, the asking price is $250. However, there are multiple offers, and in order to get the house, you had to offer $275. And you know that you are above what the other houses in the neighborhood are selling for. So when you do the appraisal, and the appraisal comes back at $260, the bank will only loan you based on the $260, not on the $275 that you offer. Now that you have determined the right price to submit your offer at, you have to determine who's gonna pay for what. There are a few items on the contract that we as agents use that are negotiable. Title policy is customary for the seller to pay. However, you have to determine if your offer is strong. If I'm offering at least price or above, I will ask for the seller to pay. If the offer is a lowball offer, I will suggest that the buyer pays for the title policy. Determine who's going to pay for the HOA transfer expenses, including the HOA, resale package certificate, and the transfer fee. That is entirely negotiable. In some cases it's the buyer, in some cases it's the seller. Survey. Identify if the seller has a survey. If they do, submit it to title. That way you can get it approved and you can reuse it. You don't have to get a new one. If not, make sure that you have indicated there who's gonna pay for the survey. You have the option to ask for home warranty to be paid by the seller. You can get the home warranty on your own without asking for the seller to pay for it. And also you can ask for seller contribution toward your closing costs. Keep in mind, if there are multiple offers, if there's a lot of interest, I rather suggest that you don't ask for many contributions. Make a clean offer. That way you will have a better chance. How many days due diligence and how much option fee are you gonna offer? Usually what I see here in Texas is an average of 10 to 12 days. However, if the property has a lot of interest, I've seen it go down all the way to 5 to 7 days. Normally what I see is it will take you between 1 to 2 days to get an inspector out into the property, and the turnaround from the inspectors is usually within the same day or the next day. Everything should be fast, depending if you move fast as well. While your agent is writing the offer, make sure that you get with your loan officer and get a good faith estimate specific for that property. They should be able to account for property taxes specific to that property, HOA, and give you the down payment that you need and a closing cost. Find out from your loan officer what's the maximum seller contribution that you can get. If your loan type only allows 2% and you're asking for 3%, then that extra 1 is going to be left on the table because your lender will not allow you to get 3%. Sit down with your agent and learn about the contingencies, the ways out of the contract. Every time that you submit an offer, the end goal is to buy the house, right? However, you should be protected, especially your earnest money should be protected. Find out and understand your deadlines. There is a financing contingency, there is appraisal contingency, there is a due diligence. There's many other contingencies in the contract to protect you. If you do love the house, if you've been looking for this house for months and you finally found it and you have competition, I always tell my buyers, offer without regrets. I always tell my buyers, make sure that your offer, whenever it's your highest and best, is really your highest and best, that you can go to sleep at night and you don't have any regrets. That if I come back tomorrow and tell you, hey, you didn't get the house, that you're okay with it. Also, I've noticed a lot of people will say, the house is sold. As soon as they get an offer, accept it. Guess what? It's not sold. It's not fully approved. The house is closed when we get to the closing table, when the bank has sent the funds to the seller, and when everything is said and done. That's when it's closed. I know that you found the perfect house and that you love it and you notice there's no refrigerator. Please do not go out and buy anything. Not yet, at least. Wait until after you close. Do not go out and max out your credit cards. That will change the whole scenario, and especially it will affect your pre-approval. I hope you found this information useful. If you felt that you learned something new, make sure that you comment down below. If you need any help making an offer on a house, I would love to help you. You can click on the link below and me or someone on my team will contact you. Before you go, consider subscribing to my channel. You will be notified every time that I post new videos. See you guys next week.